All right, some of you had trouble with this one or one similar to this on the form, so I wanted to go ahead and work it out. So since we've got 7 minus 45 hundredths, that's like saying, 7 wholes minus 45 hundredths. So we've got to line up our place value with this one. So we end up with having to put zeros here in the tenths and the hundredths place. So we've got to go ahead and do our subtraction now and our regrouping. So I'm going to have to come all the way over and borrow from the 7 ones. So that would become a 10, but then I still have to borrow. So it becomes a 9. So this is a 10. So then I subtract, bring down my decimal point. So I end up with 6 and 55 hundredths. So that's one way that you can do this because, remember, we're taking away less than a whole number from 7. So you can also look back to see if your answer makes sense when you do that. So, if I had 5 minus 1/10, I'm going to have to do something similar to this with 5 minus 1/10. Because I'm just taking a tenth away from 5. So I can think of this as 5 and then I've got 0/10, but I'm taking away 1/10. So with decimals, when I'm doing the regrouping, it's like I'm renaming this whole number. So I'm borrowing from it, and 1 whole is the same as 10 tenths. So that's why I put the 10 tenths here. It takes 10 of the larger place value to make a smaller place value. So 10 tenths makes a 1. And that, each one, we know that it takes 10 ones to make a 10. So it works that way with decimals too. It would take 10 hundredths to make a tenth on the place value chart. So I just realized you can't see the place value chart, but you understand the process. As we're going to the left, it's getting 10 times bigger. As we're going to the right, it's 1/10 as much. So whenever we are doing adding and subtracting, we're borrowing from the tenths, or we're borrowing from the ones place, so that we're bringing over the 10 tenths. So now this gives me 9, and this gives me 4. So 4 and 9 tenths would be the same as, well, if we were going to check this, is actually what I was trying to say. If we checked this, we can add 4 and 9 tenths plus 1/10, and then we would get 5. So that's a way that we, check. We can check subtraction by adding our answer plus what we subtracted. So that would give us back to the 5 wholes. All right, so I hope this helps with problems like this. And just make sure that we are adding and subtracting the like place values.